All right, so I'm just making this video so I can try to help some drivers out, help anyone stay on the road, or help them, keep them trucks alive and keep them running down the highway. I just got done doing a 750-mile trip. I can't deliver here till tomorrow morning here in Kingman, Arizona. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do my post trips. Everyone does them differently. I'm just going to show you how I do them. I'm not much of a YouTube or social media guy, but if I can help some of you guys out, I will. So I've been here for about 45 minutes. When I got here, I had the truck idling for a little bit with the fan on to cool her down. Once I did that, I shut her off. So I got my headlights working, flasher working, right? I got my hazards on. I know all my marker lights are working. That one's kind of dull, but they're all working. We'll come back to all this. This is just my post trip, how I do it, right? Everyone does them differently. This is just how I do it. I know that light's on. Come here. We got them working. We got you working. Everyone does it differently. This is just how I do it, okay? One thing at a time for me. Those are on, right? This is how I do my post trip. One thing at a time, that way I don't get distracted and I don't miss nothing. We got that one on. We're working there. Okay. We got that one on. Now that we got our lights done, we know those are all working. Obviously, we got to check the brake lights. We do that by pulling the brake handle inside and make sure the brakes are working, or pull that down and make sure. Now that that's done, it might take a little longer than most folks, but this is just how I do it, okay? So we got the cat motor here. We got this. This is how I do my post trips, okay? Everyone does them differently. Right at about 105. So my post trip, the reason why I actually use the tire gauge on my post trips is because when I come out here to do a pre-trip in the morning, it's all sound, right? When it's cold or you're in a spot where you got to hurry up and get out of there, whatever it may be. So my post trips are always with the gauge. It takes me a lot longer than others. The reason why I do that is because they just got done from, all day working. So they all should be, at 100, 105, 110, 120, whatever you run yours at. So that's just how I do that. I go all the way down. It takes a lot longer, but I do from the front of the cab, trailer, all the way back. That way when I do my pre-trip in the morning, it's just thump, 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 thump. I should be good, right? Meanwhile, while I'm doing my tire check, I'm also doing wheel seals. So let me throw that down. Just gonna show you how I do it. Everyone else does them differently. Okay. So when I'm checking tires, right, I'm also checking my brakes, slack adjusters, everything, suspension components. I'm checking everything while I'm checking tires. So this tire, once I get done, I come in here, I make sure I'm full of oil in there, right? I'm going around. This is not 100% of how I do it, but this is just the gist of it, right? So while I'm checking this tire, checking the tread, the PSI, I'm also checking brakes, make sure there's no wheel seals leaking, etc., etc. Slack adjuster, brake chamber, all that's present, and also no leaks, right? So we have the trailer pulled, the trailer brakes pulled, and the truck brakes pulled. With that being said, this is just how I do it. Everyone does it differently, okay? Trailer stays on, truck in. And this all depends where you are, obviously, right? And make sure your fucking brakes are working. So the reason why I do that is because when the brakes are released, I want to make sure the truck doesn't have any air leaks anywhere. It could be dangerous, chalk your tires. I know my brakes are good, so this is how I do it. So after I checked the tire pressure of all 4 tires, now I'm coming in here and I'm checking my frame, my suspension, airbags, fifth wheel, you know, everything. Okay, coming in here, checking airbags. The reason why I released the truck is because if there's any leaks, I want to be able to hear it now, right? Because you're opening all your valves up, you're releasing your brakes, everything. Then I'm in here, I'm checking that I don't have no leaks. My drum doesn't have any cracks or any heat cracks, anything. If you notice, the truck brakes are released and we're not hearing nothing, right? Okay. So then I come here to each individual tire, and I'll come here and touch every lug nut. This is my post trip, right? I'll touch every one of these during pro trip, post trip, while I'm checking the gauge here. I'm checking this, basically everything to do with this axle, okay? And that goes airbags, shocks, frame, brakes, the whole nine, drum, everything, that axle. Then once I come here, I'm doing the same exact thing. All my lug nuts, checking the axles, I'm checking brakes, airbags, slack adjusters, and I'll show you how I do the slack adjusters in a minute. Checking, you know, general frame. Okay. Now that I'm past that, I'm double checking my lights again. Now, once I'm done that, I come in here, make sure my brakes are good, properly adjusted. Now, the reason why I release them as well is because I need to make sure they're properly adjusted. So when I check every individual brake, they should be properly adjusted because they're released right now. The trailer's holding the truck. Then I come here, I shake every brake chamber, because when they catch you, when DOT catches you, you think they're good, oh, they're there, but when you hit the brake, your bracket could be broken. Happened plenty of times. And you hit the brake, this brake chamber will move way over here. So what I do is give it a good tap, we're good. Now we're checking. So now that I'm back here, before I even move forward or anywhere else, I'm checking, make sure that's locked. I'm making sure the inside of the frame is not cracked, nothing's leaking, nothing's broken. Once I do all that, I come down here. Okay, that's just how I do it. I'm looking all the way down to see if there's anything hanging, anything leaking, anything missing. I check from all the seals, even from here, just in case if I miss something while I was under there, I'm gonna be able to catch it here. Okay, so we're good there, right? To show you how I do it, that's all good. Right here, check the frame of the trailer. I have all this oil leaking from crushed cars that I just did, but it's not from the actual trailer or nothing. It's from the load that I just hauled. Okay, so then I go, before I even go to the trailer, so I don't skip nothing. You know, we're looking for any leaks. We're hearing for any leaks at all. And if there is one, we're gonna find it while we're walking around, right? And I do this because I know my brakes are all working good. Same thing. Get down with that driver's side, come to the passenger side, and I do the same exact thing. I start here, check, come in, check. Once I clear off this side, I don't hear no leaks anywhere, even from the motor, anywhere. While I'm doing this, I shouldn't hear any leaks, any air leaks from the motor or anything. Oil leaks is one thing, but no air leaks, right? Make sure my oil's in here is good, which it is, okay? While we're walking here, we're on our knees, looking under. Make sure there's no leaks, because you have coolant lines, AC lines, fuel lines, everything running to the back here, right? So you're gonna be looking under here as well. You're gonna be looking through here with your flashlight. Make sure there's no leaks. So you can have a better visual on the other side. Make sure there's no leaks, no air leaks, fuel leaks, anything. And then I come here, start off by checking my tire PSI, checking all my lug nuts, checking all the lug nuts here, the rim, make sure it's not cracked, tire. Then I'm back in, brakes, suspension, airbags, everything. The reason why I have the truck released is because I want to make sure there's no leaks anywhere. I know there's a separate leak when you actually apply the brakes, but that's kind of hard to do by yourself. So this is how I do it. Once we clear that off, okay, got that done, check, we're good. Now this is just tires, brakes, wheel seals, airbags, and leaks. So now we know we don't have no leaks, and we don't hear none, right? You double check. This video might be a little long, but that's how we're doing it. Okay, now that we know the truck is done, now we're coming here to pull the truck, and the only thing you got to be careful with, my load is 49,000 pounds, so I might roll back a tab, which I shouldn't if my brakes are working properly. So I release the trailer brakes. I got 49,200 pounds on the trailer. I'm already leaning downhill, so if my brakes weren't working, I'd be rolling back a little bit, but this is telling me my truck is working pretty good to hold this load, right? So we cleared brakes, tires, rims, lug nuts, the whole nine on the truck. This is before we can do the motor or anything. Now we're coming to the trailer. This has a self-inflated system, but still remains the same. We're checking tires, lug nuts, axles. Then we're coming in here. We're looking for any leaks, because now the brakes are not applying. So we're looking for, they're released. So now we're looking at our brake chambers, shocks, airbags, airlines, see if we have any leaks going on. We're looking at our brakes. We actually lay down. So I'll just give you an example. We lay in here, we look in here, no wheel seal leaking. Brakes are good. You can see how it's off a tab off that drum. And we scoot over, do that side. While we're laying under here, we're looking at the frame all the way down, both sides. As of right now, you hear no leaks. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. You know, obviously same exact thing. Lay under there, check the wheel seals, brakes, drums, tires, everything. You know, mud flaps, obviously you're looking at that, you're looking at your frame, you're looking at your everything, your load, obviously. There's that, okay? Now, with that being said, that's just a quick way of everything. Truck and trailer are done with wheel seals, brakes, air leaks, the whole nine, okay? Tires, you're looking for, and obviously I'm a lot slower than this, so I'm trying to hurry up on this video. It takes me a lot longer than 15 minutes to do a poster. It takes me about 35 minutes, but now that we got the trailer done, okay, truck done, trailer done, no leaks, no air leaks, brakes are on, properly adjusted, slack adjusters, the whole nine, front to back, okay? Mind you, my lights are still on, flashes are still on. I leave that way. If I did miss something in the beginning, I'm gonna catch it, right? I'm doing this video to help someone out, help some drivers out. Okay, now we got all that done. Now we're coming here to the motor. We're losing daylight, so kind of sucks, but we're checking for any coolant leaks, fuel leaks, air leaks, any kind of leak that hasn't been there already, right? We're checking everything. We're touching everything. We're checking all fluids, even though that's in there. We're smelling all fluids. Now, this is a 25-year-old truck, so not only are we checking the fluid, we're smelling the fluid. And once you become the driver that's smelling the fluid, you know this truck is providing for your family. So when I check The coolant, I'm smelling it. When I check the oil dipstick, I'm smelling it. When I'm checking the washer fluid, I'm smelling it. I'm smelling every fluid that I check. So if it has a dipstick, I'm pulling out and I'm smelling it. We're checking for the, the frame, everything. We're checking our steering wheel that has a little bit of play on it. We're checking all our everything, steering compartments. Again, checking for any leaks. All our castle nuts and everything are properly on. We're here looking down, make sure nothing's dripping. We're here looking down, make sure there's nothing dripping, right? Other than what we know about already. This is a 25-year-old motor. She has a little oil leaks. She's still running though. Okay. Our belts. Well, I've already checked them, but we're checking our belts for any play. But I already properly adjusted those. So there's that. Coming on this side. We're looking for any coolant leaks, fuel leaks, air leaks, oil leaks on this end as well. Okay, that's just how I do it. Coolant, our belts. Now, when you're on a reset or you're on home time, your pre-trip and post-trip should be totally different. When you're on your home time or not on the road, which you can do it on your road. I've done it plenty of times. I actually just done it yesterday. This is every weekend on this truck and trailer. All the brakes are being adjusted front to back. Transmission fluid is getting checked every weekend. Your differentials are being checked every weekend. If they leak or if they don't leak, it does not matter. We're looking for any shavings, anything that's not normal. It should be the same every weekend if you do it every weekend, right? Or reset or home time, whenever you're home time. This truck runs 24/7, so it's hard to get that done. But that's an example of how this truck does it. Yeah, so on your home time, on your reset, you should be adjusting all brakes. Front to back, truck, trailer. Checking the transmission fluid, checking all your differential fluids all the way around. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So I'm sure I'm missing a few things, but that's just how I do it. So hopefully this helps someone out. It's a long video. So, and then before I lay down or go to bed or before I'm done, I check how much fuel is in there and make sure it's, just fuel. And then when you get up to do your pre-trip, it should just be thumping and a glance at everything because you did a thorough post-trip, right? You should just glance, make sure it's good, fire her up, take a glance at everything, thump the tires, should be good. Check your fuel tanks, make sure no one stole nothing or put nothing in there before you turn the truck on. So hopefully this helps anyone out.